Yo, what's up guys, Cousin Talk back. I decided that I wanted to come back to do part 2 to my beginner's guide because I left out the endgame section of the tutorial, which I think it makes sense for the beginner's guide. I'm glad that I saw a lot of support from my last beginner's video, and I was just really happy to see how much people actually enjoyed and watched my beginner's guide. So in turn, I will make a part 2 into basically what you'll be doing for the endgame. So let's get on with it. You may be asking yourself, what are you going to do after you get the trident rod? Should you just quit playing the game? Should you just keep fishing or wait till new updates? No. There is one more rod you can get in the game called Rod of the Depths, which you can see the people behind me are also using. The Rod of the Depths is one of the best endgame rods that you can get. However, it's very expensive. What you're going to need to get the Rod of the Depths is 750,000 and a Hex and Abyssal Relic. 750k in the Depths is not hard to get. However, the Hex and Abyssal Relic are. For me, it took about 200k to get both the Abyssal and Hexed, which I'm pretty sure I got the Hexed Relic at least 3 times. What you should be doing after you get the Trident Rod is immediately working up towards 750,000 and receiving the Hex and Abyssal Enchant Relics. You can get the Hex and Abyssal Enchant Relics by appraising your relics at the appraiser. It's not a common find. One thing that I believe that can help you gain the Hex and Abyssal Relic is the Appraiser Game Pass. You can get the Appraiser's Luck, which increases Appraiser Luck and costs 25 less to appraise, which I believe is worth it, but the luck doesn't really feel like it exists. After you get your Hexed Relic and Abyssal Relic and the 750,000 on top of all that, you will now be ready to get the Rod of the Depths. In order to get the Rod of the Depths, you have to complete a maze, which is pretty hard. Since I don't have a Abyssal Relic and Hexed Relic to unlock this circle area, I won't be able to show y'all the maze in order to get it, but I will link a video down below in order to how to complete the maze, which hopefully should help y'all out. After you get Rod of the Depths, now you may be asking yourself again, or for the first time in your entire playthrough, now should you quit the game? And that is no. After you get the Rod of the Depths, there's one more rod, which is the best rod in the game that you need to get. It's not easy. It doesn't cost anything. You don't have to craft it at the Ancient Isle. You don't have to find it. You don't have to do a maze for it. All you have to do is get to level 500. 500 is a lot, because many of you that are watching are probably way below that, below 100 even. And it's not easy to get to 500 at all, but there are some ways that can help you get there faster. I'm going to show y'all how. For one, which will be the most helpful for you, and let's say for free-to-play players, this will be the only way y'all can gain more XP through upgrades, basically, is enchanting your rod with the Clever enchant. The Clever enchant will give you 2 times XP after catching a fish, which is very good. I'm pretty sure this applies to your ghost who catches fish after every 3 catches you catch. There's another enchant called Insight that gives you 1.5 times XP. However, you should go for getting the Clever enchant, which will give you more XP and help you out more in the long run. For my players that have Robux, I would suggest y'all get the double XP, which increases your XP gain by 2 times. A lot of you may be asked, can't I just buy the double XP for catching fish and not get the enchant on my rod and that's it? But you'd be missing out because the increased gain on XP stacks with the Clever enchant and the double XP game pass, which would be essential into getting the 500 level rod, No Life Rod. It makes sense why the rod is called No Life Rod, because you would either be playing the game for a long time, hours upon end, or you'd be macroing. For me, I've been manually playing my entire playthrough for getting up to level 238, which was not too easy. Another way that can help you get more XP is by doing perfect catches. Perfect catches is what you do by keeping the fish inside the control bar the entire time you catch it, and it will become a perfect catch and get you more XP. Lastly, you may be asking, are there any good XP spots to catch fish? I found that there are a few. If you'd like to go to Ancient Isle, you could. There's a lot of mythic fish you can catch there, such as the colossal squid that could get you a lot of XP. You could go back to the depths, which would net you a lot of XP and money, but you don't really have a use for money at the moment. There's a better and easier place to get to that would get you more XP though. I'll show you where it is. This is where you'll be most of your time gaining XP. You may be wondering that this is just a normal looking spot of water, but there's actually an extremely good fish here that can net you about 11,000 XP per catch. It's a mythical fish called the Captain's Goldfish. It's a mythical fish that is easier to get caught with truffle worm. Let me show you an example of catching the fish with truffle worm. Since it's a mythical fish, it's not going to be extremely easy to catch. Let's see how long it will take us. Now we've finally caught the captain's goldfish. It's not a super easy to catch, but if you have Rod of the Depths or Trident, it shouldn't be that much of a problem. As you can see, we just gained 11,000 XP from it. If you get a perfect catch from it, you'd get about 16,000. That pretty much sums up my end game guide. One of my last tips I'd be able to give to y'all is just enjoy the beginner phase that you'll have with the game. You won't be able to experience it ever again unless you make a new account, but even then you won't get that same feeling of catching new fish, exploring more areas, and everything's new to you. In the end game, a lot of people quit during this phase because there's really no point in getting the no life rod, because what are you going to do after level 500? Get to max level 750 and get the craftable rods then? And even after that, whenever they update the game again, there might be another max level limit, another rod to get, which will basically keep players playing the game. Some people may like that. Some people may find it kind of hopeless and to just keep grinding levels that take so long to get in order to just get a rod, in order to catch more fish. But that's the point of the game, catching fish. And it's a part that I enjoy, and I'll keep grinding in order to get the no life rod and do a showcase and potentially make another guide for y'all. Anyways, that's about it. I appreciate the feedback that I received so much from the last guide, and I hope to make more Roblox content for y'all. See y'all later.